Hello, hello, hello. Let's see if you can hear me. It shows me like you can. So let's start. Long time no see. Or actually, maybe not even that long time. It has been definitely a hot minute before I was here in Inwards. And there is nothing wrong with it. It is so valuable when from a deep place of love and the desire for expansion, we actually step outside of whatever it is that we are doing. We create that new open space in which we can actually see what is it that I'm doing? Where am I actually heading? What is it that I'm actually creating? And partially we will be talking about it right now. But first of all, say hello in the chat if you are coming into the room. Whether you're watching this live or on repeat, please let me know. My name is Eliza Mozal. I am an energy coach and spiritual mentor. I am absolutely passionate to the core about helping other creative women release their energy blocks so they can manifest their heart's desires. And Inwards is actually a live playlist in which we are going really deep inwards. We are de-shaming the stuff we were told we should be ashamed of, and shaming that stuff is not working at all. We are de-shaming being a human. We are de-shaming depression. We are de-shaming expanding, growing, and being in our brightest power. So be sure to sign up, be sure to subscribe, be sure to share that also with others. The frequency that you feel and sense from myself, if you are a little bit more tuned into frequencies and energies, is a frequency of freedom. I have myself came from the very, very rock bottom, overcoming and transmuting depression, suicidal thoughts, sadness, multiple amounts of addictions. One of the biggest ones was to be victim, and another one towards feeling not good enough and guilt and shame. It was like a hidden pleasure. And we all have these kinks. Many of addictions towards substances and how others think and feel about me. So majority of that stuff, let's say 99% of it and the essence of it is behind. It is behind, and the rest it is work in progress. So this is what you will feel and sense from me if this is your first time joining me. And I would love to know if this is your first time watching me, if you actually just connected with myself. Welcome in my world, and let's start. Woohoo! So I have just finished 3-day masterclass. It was called Dream Masterclass. And that was a masterclass where I actually shared in details activation, energy, how to 3D frequency, 4D frequency, 5D frequency of manifestation, how to manifest the life of your dreams by using the power from within. So that has nothing to do with manifesting with doing more, and running and chasing and punching and fighting and grabbing and running away and holding on to the outcome. It's entirely different game. It is actually a game of being more and more in our essence of who we have came here to be. And during those 3 days, I myself experienced one of the biggest transformations. It blew my socks off entirely. I actually explain in a post that I have written yesterday, which after posting, I realized, oh my God, I have shivers right now. This is the most important post I have ever written. And it talks about leadership for creative women. And then there is a second part of it that speaks about what I have experienced during the night agony within my body between day 1 and day 2 of the masterclass. It's just blows my mind, but in the same time, it is so simple. What we came here to be, we came here to embody our highest expression of ourselves. and allowing that higher expression of ourselves with naturally is radiating light. And with each single spread of a second goes like a ripple effect into the whole wide universe and multiverse, expanding continuously, consistently, growing and impacting others, whether we open our mouth and talk about it or not. Our own frequency is already enough. Why? Because we have became the embodiment of it. Lots and lots and lots of people from the old paradigm believe that the end result of what they are doing, go for, is the embodiment of their highest expression, the embodiment of being and feeling the wish fulfilled. The embodiment, no, it is the foundation. This is how right now we are creating worlds, by being the embodiment here and now, taking analytical mind, attaching our worth and value to the names, meanings, positions, situations, important roles. We take our value and the meaning out of it, and we become the pure energy, pure at heart. And we then allow that magnificence flow through us. We embody this way of flawless creativity and expressing ourselves. Let me know, guys, if that makes sense. I wanted to chat to you about being passion driven. I want to talk about that passion that drives us in our day, in our life. And I remember majority of my life, I remember very well, because I felt extremely stuck in it. Majority of my life, I would wake up and I wouldn't feel driven. I wouldn't feel passionate. I wouldn't feel even excited. I would feel very stuck, scared, and depressed. There was a period of my life that I woke up and I was straight away shaking. I was in a trauma response straight away, because the thoughts that they were flowing and overflowing in my energy fields were so traumatizing. I was scared and terrified for years. And that was the state I was living in. Lots and lots and lots of people is still living like that. Majority of people, whether they realize it or not. And that's okay. It's a stage of our journey that I believe we came here to experience. I don't believe I came here and poor me, I'm experiencing this and that. I believe I chose on a soul level, but I didn't choose to stay there and stay stuck. I chose to expand through it. It's like interwoven in our DNA to expand and grow and explore, and then stop and pause and process and release, and then create whatever it is and keep on expanding and growing through it all. And that passionate drive, whatever it is for you, I know it is so deeply within you, within your core, within your heart, within every single cell of your being. Your whole construct is your passionate drive for the exactly thing, way of being and expressing yourself that is unique to your soul signature. It is within you, whether you are aware of it or not. And every one of us goes through the process of conditioning where we are detached, more or less. Most of the time, majority of us gets fully and entirely detached from our internal wisdom that it's in our hearts, from our essence, from the drive. But if you will look back, that's the invitation call. Woo-hoo. If you will look back, if you will close your eyes, take a deep, loving breath, and you would look back at when you were a child or whatever it is you remember. What was the thing you dreamed of? What was the thing you desired to do? And most of all, what was it that you did that it was just you? It was just passionate. It was just, what was it? For me, it was going into nature and being so free and skipping, and just that nature adventure was just so liberating for me. It was so cleansing. So on the weekends, I stayed with my mom in a story of flats on the highest floor. That was a fourth floor, which was a fifth story, and concrete town. That was in the 80s and 90s. And I would stay there, and nearly every weekend, majority of my childhood, I would hop into the bus and I would drive around 20 minutes, somewhere around 10, 13 miles away, to the little village and the little placement behind the village where my granny was staying. And one of my aunties was staying there with her, with my grandparents. And then later coming her children. And that's where I would go. The most pleasurable thing was connecting with them, going and seeing animals, cows and chickens and ducks and pigs, whatever it is that they had. And most of all, I would stand outside of the house. I would look farther away where my heart guides me to look. I would choose a point that is the farthest away I can see, and I would walk there. And I would walk there, and on that adventure, if that would be a summer, I would find wild growing trees with pears, with apples, with plums, so many things. And I would bring it back in my top, holding it like that, or in my, or somewhere, I would just hold and bring as much as I could. And it would be such a joy because I'm the one who found it. And I'm the one who's gonna eat it, and I'm the one who's gonna share it with everyone, and with my neighbors' kids, and with everyone that I will see around. It was just such a joy to be there, free, liberated. What I didn't knew back then how to describe it in words, I was cleansing my energy and my frequency from the trauma that I was experiencing during the week. The unresolved pain of my caregivers that had no idea how to resolve it in any other way apart from passing it on you. And they just simply didn't knew what they didn't knew. And that's okay. I have right now huge, massive pockets of compassion and love, not because they did it and it was right and I agree with it, because it was. Simply because it was. So I no longer need to resist it, reject it, run away from it. I can accept it, not because I agree. Acceptance is not agreement or asking for more. Acceptance is seeing fully and entirely. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's no longer trying to hide it, push it down, and put down alcohol and drugs to pretend that part of me doesn't scream and shout for love and attention and care. And we all have those parts within us. So that passionate drive is within you 24/7. It is simply you. Now, what happens when we choose to allow that passionate drive, our soul's mission, to be expressed through us without putting like a ego controlling net on the top of it? Because this is something that I did also. I put a massive controlling net on it. It shouldn't be more than this amount of hours per week, and it shouldn't make me feel tired or exhausted. It should give me this amount of money. It should be this amount of people. Surrender. Worth value from the inside out, not from the outside in. So there is so much that I've put on the top of it, and I detach from it, and then I came back, and again and again. You simply cannot run away from you. Once you embark on your true calling, even if you will put that net of ego on the top of it, that limits it, controls it, expects it to fulfill you from the outside in instead of from the inside out, even if you will do it, even if you will walk away from it, you will still come back to the core of it, which is the core of you. Maybe that's the reason that the divine placed this video in the front of you, to reconnect you with your divinity, with your magnificence, with your passion. Your heart has the answers. You know. That knowing is stored deeply within you. The question is, will you allow yourself to do whatever it takes to reconnect with it, to trust it to flow through you? Because on its way also it will bring up to the surface the things that are uncomfortable. Yeah. The patterns we have, the conditioned patterns. So it will bring up to the surface what we've been conditioned to run away from and don't feel, don't look at it, don't see it, pretend it is not there, deny it, be defensive if something comes around, trigger. How dare you? Every single trigger is just a blessing if we choose to grow and expand and see more. Being in that passionate drive is what we came here to be. And my job as an embodiment of my passionate drive is to show you that your love can move mountains and everything is available and possible to you. I'm going to actually encourage you to click on the link attached in the description and watch, register for Dream Masterclass and watch those 3 days like it is the most important class you have ever meant to attend, guided by your higher self, which is you. And show up for all of these 3 recordings, 3 days, whole, worthy, opening up to your magnificence. Because it's going to be an activation. And sometimes it might feel uncomfortable because you will notice, oh wow, I'm the one who's hurting me. Oh, and that's okay. That's okay. The awareness is huge. And what we do with it, that's another part of it. So I'm going to encourage you to go and watch Dream Masterclass and go all in and start shape-shifting your reality from the inside out by using the power from within. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being phenomenal. Thank you for liking and loving this video, subscribing and passing it on for others. The truth is we never know when someone else needs to hear this and see this. Hi, hello. So awesome to see you. Thank you so much. So much appreciation for you. Okie dokie, guys. Sending you all so much love. And I will see you soon. I'm planning to show up here at least once a week continuously. So if you're passing this on to someone else, you're allowing yourself to be the channel through which the love can flow. Thank you. Sending you all lots and lots of love.